Hey, welcome back. I'm your boo, Lady T, talking all things telecommunicating. And I am sitting in my car. I just got out of church and something hit me, and I just wanted to share it with you. A revelation just came to my mind where the pastor was talking about the theme for this year is finish what you start. And God is going to finish what he started in a lot of us. And it's so, how can I say it? It's that statement or that phrase can go so many different ways, because if you if you start cooking, finish cooking. So that's a short task. Someone who starts a career, they now are about to retire. So they finish what they started with this career, but here it is 30 years later. So when you say finish what you start, it doesn't always mean time-wise. It definitely means assignment-wise, whatever your assignment to that task is. And I just want to speak to you as a dispatcher, as a telecommunicator, and just focus on finishing the one call that you started taking. Finish your one shift that you started just for that day. Our job is so demanding in so many different ways, and it is so, it can be so stressful. I just want us to be intentional on acknowledging the little things as we go through this career, because this is a career. This is something that is lifelong. As long as there's humans living on this earth, this job will always be in demand. And you are not just anybody. You are not just an average, everyday citizen of the community, because everybody can't do this job. Everybody don't apply for this job. And a lot of people who do apply for this job don't finish. They don't continue. And the fact that you are still continuing and you're still going, that means a lot. And I want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for showing up day after day, shift after shift, to serve your community and to take the call after call after call, good, bad, or indifferent. And I want to acknowledge you for that, because it's not easy to do the job. It's not easy to show up for your supervisors and your coworkers. Sometimes it's not easy to show up for yourself when you wake up in the morning, let alone show up for your family, whether they're in your house or outside of your house. So I want to start off by saying thank you. And I also want to speak to you and let you know that you're doing a good thing. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You're on the right track. But focus on finishing what you started, one task at a time, one assignment at a time, one phone call at a time, one shift at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Someone doesn't heal from an accident in one day. Most times they don't. And so I want you to give yourself some grace. I want you to pause for a second, take some time, and to reflect on where you started and the progress you're making through this journey to completion. So whether your journey is to go the full time in this career and retire at 20 to 30 years out, whether you have a goal of just working this career until you finish school, or until somebody completes their time in the military and then you want to move and relocate somewhere else, whatever your personal goal is, I just want to encourage you to get through it and to finish what you start. But while you're here, I still want to say thank you. I still want to say I'm proud of you. I am so grateful to have you, because this job cannot be done with one person alone. It can't be done with just me by myself, because I too need a day off. I too need a break away from taking the calls. So there has to be somebody else who can still show up on my day off, because the community doesn't stop living. Accidents and emergencies doesn't stop happening. And I want you to be intentional while on this journey of being a telecommunicator, being a dispatcher, being a call taker. You are intentional about your self-care, about your mental health. And it starts with one. Okay? So I want you to be intentional about the end goal is to finish what you started, but let's finish one thing at a time that you start. And give yourself grace every step of the way. Okay? So I want you to be intentional about just finishing the one call that you're taking at that moment. Finishing your first break that you're going to take throughout your shift. I want you to finish your meal. We all need to eat, and we need to eat healthy as much as possible. So I need you to be intentional about finishing your meal. Don't let that call go so long. Your food is cold. Now you don't want it no more. That's not helping you, and that's not healthy for you. So be intentional about finishing your meal. You deserve that. Your body deserves that. I want you to finish your shift as best as you can, whether it takes a good or bad or indifferent mental toll on you, because this is a physical job that we're doing. I'm sorry, correction. This is a mental job that we're doing. It takes a mental toll on us, but I need you to understand that everything starts with your mind, and that stress and that tension that your mind holds on to, it eventually will show up in your body. So it will take a toll on your physical, whether your shoulders are tight and tense, whether your back is hurting, whether your cardio sucks. You can't run from a dog if it was chasing you. Whether you can't get good sleep at night because your mind just won't shut off. Like, it's a lot, and the list can go on. I know it can. And I'm going to stop there, though. But when you are intentional about taking the healthy steps, one task, one item at a time, it actually benefits you, and it helps you to sustain your career. It actually helps you to sustain your personal, mental, and physical health. It also allows you to sustain your relationships with your friends and your family. And how you show up for them. So how you show up at home for yourself first, then spills over into how you show up for your family in the house, how you show up for your friends outside the house, and then how you show up at work for your coworkers, your supervisors, as well as the community who will be calling you on the other end of that phone. So I want you to be intentional with the message that my pastor gave us from my church. Finish what you start. But I don't want you to try to finish the whole pie that you bought at the store in one sitting. I don't want you to try to finish a whole anything that's just a big portion. One slice at a time. Okay? One bite at a time. I want you to finish that gallon of water that you promised that you was going to finish for the day. One sip at a time. It's very important that everything is finished what you start, but we're going to do it one at a time. Okay? So I want you to continue to show up for yourself and show up for your career and show up for your friends and family, starting with you. Show up for yourself one day at a time, as best as you can. And the rest, I promise you, will get in line and it will go smoothly, effortlessly. And you will end up at the 30-year mark retiring with a great benefit packet. Prayerfully, praying it's going to be a great benefit packet in this economy. All because you started with one. So go ahead and be great. Thank you, Dispatcher, for showing up for me and showing up for yourself and showing up for your friends, family, and the community that we serve. Till later, I'm your boo, Lady T, talking all things telecommunicating. Have a good one. How are you going to, before I sign out really quickly, how are you going to show up for yourself? I need you to take a look at your life and write down some of the 3 to 5 easy tasks that you can give yourself and how you intend to show up best for you that will benefit everything around you. Till later. Talk to you.